Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabansu, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a great show for y'all. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, as y'all know, I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. I think he's one of the greatest players of all time, obviously behind Michael Jordan, right? And if you've listened to the kind of the conversation that's been taking place in sports media over the last 5 or 6 years, there's been a lot of Kobe Bryant disrespect, but a lot of it has come from the media, right? And it really kicked off after he retired. When Kobe was playing, like in his heyday, people weren't saying anything about him. It was after he tore his Achilles tendon and it really affected him that you saw people really started saying things about him, because he tore his Achilles, remember, at 34, 35. And I was like, at the time, it surprised me, because I remember when he was playing and when he was at his zenith, the peak of his powers, I didn't hear people talking crazy about him. But little did I know that that was just the initial salvo, that people were going to take it to the next level once he retired. And boy, oh boy, did they. The Kobe Bryant disrespect just became rampant, to the point where certain NBA players were beginning to say, what the hell is going on here? Like, what is going on here? Players like Charles Barkley, players like Allen Iverson, who's a direct competitor of Kobe at the time, players like Shaquille O'Neal. They were like, bro, what is up with all of this Kobe Bryant disrespect, right? And I began to notice a pattern that the people that would disrespect Kobe were media members. But whenever you sit down and listen to NBA players talk about Kobe, they had a totally different take. Most of them had him in their top threes, top twos all time. Like most of them, right? Well-known guys. Kevin Durant, well-known guys. So as I was going through the internet yesterday, I came across a pretty interesting soundbite. Right, and this soundbite featured former NBA player Will Bryant. And as he was talking, he began to basically break down why NBA players usually rank Kobe Bryant so high versus the media, who tend to disrespect him and rank him so low. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play his comments for you guys. I want you guys to listen to it. It isn't very long. And then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here.
You know, you saw prime LeBron. You saw right at the end of prime Kobe. Why do players still to this day that played against both choose Kobe over LeBron?
I think with me, it's just, you know, what Kobe stood for, represented as a basketball player, right? Obviously, you know, you got the 5 championships. And I think what the players respect most about it is we feel like he took the harder route to get his championships, man. The 2 without Shaq. But they hold a lot of weight when you go to 3 straight finals without Shaq and win 2 of them and go back to back. And, you know, he didn't get a super team. You know, his second best player was Pau Gasol. You know, who's a great all-time great. Never disrespect Pau Gasol, but I don't think at the time when Kobe got him, we didn't look at him how we look at him now. And
Right.
when you look at LeBron on his championship teams that won, you know, he had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and then he come back and win with Kyrie and Love, and then another one with AD, who
Mhm.
are AD, Kyrie, and D Wade are all, you know, up there in that top 50,
Yeah.
yeah, top 75 type talents
Yeah.
and players.
So you heard what he had to say. Okay, what are my thoughts about this? This doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. Look, these guys understand the real. And the reason they're giving this opinion is because a lot of their opinions are similar when they talk about Kobe's basically behind Jordan. We just heard Mike Barnes say he has Jordan, he has Kobe right there. A lot of these, Steven Jack, all these guys, is because they don't have any personal agendas. The media members do. Media members have narratives that they have to create. They have stories that they want to run. They have certain interests that they have to fulfill, right? So they go out there and peddle various narratives. Whereas NBA players, these guys don't have narratives, right? These are just professional athletes. They played against the guy. They tend to protect their own, and they're just going to give you an honest take. There is no other invested interest except maybe if they, you know, maybe they have a show or whatever is backed by certain individuals, then maybe they may have a skewed point of view. But I don't think these guys have any hidden agendas, right? They don't have any hidden agendas. So when you ask them about Kobe Bryant, they generally all tend to tell you one thing. But then when you listen to media guys, they have their own point of views. That's the first thing. The second thing goes back to a comment that Jeff Van Gundy made during the game he was calling with Mark Jackson when Kobe was playing. And they were talking about Kobe Bryant not being something like a good leader or a good passer or something like that. And Jeff Van Gundy basically called it out on television. He said, the reason why a lot of people say the stuff they say about Kobe Bryant is because he doesn't have a bubbly personality. He's not going to be smiling all the time and sucking up and kissing your ass. And therefore, because he doesn't have that personality, people want to say disparaging things about him. And he said it's an absolute joke. That's what Jeff Van Gundy said, a former NBA coach who coached the Houston Rockets, the Knicks, etc. Right? So even Jeff Van Gundy was able to see through the nonsense. All right? But if you listen to a lot of these media guys, they all have their various interests. That's one of the reasons that inspired me to be like, hey, man, I need to talk about sports because I'm a Kobe guy and I want to push against some of these narratives. The disrespect was just becoming too aggressive. It was too rampant, like at this point. So we were like, okay, now we're going to provide some Kobe respect here. And it turned off a lot of people. I don't give a damn, right? I'm going to be unapologetic about it because when these guys are slandering Kobe unapologetically, they don't be giving a damn about my feelings or our feelings that the people that support Kobe. So I don't give a damn about your feelings. It is what it is. Feel any kind of way you want to feel. Go make any kind of video you want to make. But I'm going to stand on business when it comes to defending Kobe Bryant's legacy because a lot of you dudes been taking sucker shots at him, right? If you look at all of the crazy things that have been said about Kobe ever since he left us, it's crazy. I'm sitting there like, yo, where were all of these dudes when this dude was alive? Where were all of these comments by some of these goofy ass players? Dude, like, yo, where was this at when the dude was alive? I never heard you saying none of that when the guy was here. None of it. None of it. We couldn't even find a quote from you like that. But now all of a sudden Kobe ain't here. All of a sudden now we got all of this revisionist history. Kobe wasn't all of this. Kobe wasn't all of that. Kobe really wasn't all of that. I'm like, what? Kobe wasn't a good defender. Oh, yeah, man. You know, he made all 12 defensive teams, but he did that off of reputation. So what about all the other guys that made all the defensive teams? Did any of them make it on reputation? I'm confused. Why is it just him that made it on reputation, but other guys, they made it because they were actually good enough? Like, what are we talking about here? So the disrespect became too much. And what Will Barton is saying is that, no, NBA players understand the real. Those are not going to sit up there and twerk it up all day long and pour honey all over each other, hollering and screaming. They're going to keep it a buck. And they understand that Kobe was that dude. He was dumb nice. And they're going to call it like it is. So these are my thoughts on it. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what Will Barton had to say? What do you think about our analysis? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show and I'm out. Peace.